Hey everyone, happy Friday. I actually did not intend to film a video today, but I do have quite an important thing going on, and it was really heavy on my mind today, and I figured I could come on here and kind of talk about it. So, as you could tell, the title of this video is about chronic pain, and that is something that so many people deal with. As I'm getting more used to uploading videos, editing videos, being consistent with videos here on YouTube, and getting more comfortable being in front of a camera and just saying what I need to say, telling my stories in my honest way, I just kind of wanted to talk about the element of my life that is chronic pain. So, it started when I was about, I want to say 25, because my daughter was about 3. And one day I lived on the second floor of an apartment building. So I had some pretty steep stairs to go up every day. And I was bringing groceries up the stairs. And then I remember I made it up, but I was used to just carrying a lot of them to avoid the going back and coming back. So I'd bring everything at once. And I did this for years. So one day I was getting the groceries up the stairs, and when I got inside, I actually stopped being able to move my right leg. So I hobbled onto the couch. My husband at the time was home, and it was just this extreme, super sharp pain going down my entire right leg. It scared me because I couldn't move it. And I felt like that was the number one sign that something was really, really wrong. So, in this situation, I always try to avoid hospitals if I can. I don't like being in hospitals. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. I will admit that. So, but this was something completely like out of the norm. I knew something was wrong. I went to the emergency room, and sure enough, they gave me some medication, and then they were just kind of like doing x-rays. They didn't see anything immediately on the x-ray because nothing was broken. I knew this because I know I didn't break my back going up the stairs. And then I was sent home and told to talk to a specialist. So I did. And I went to pain management at Kaiser. Kaiser in California doesn't exactly have the best reputation as being the most caring doctors that will look into your concerns. So I had Kaiser at the time. And believe it or not, what I was told initially was by the pain management specialist. I was told that I probably just pulled a muscle because of my age. There was no possible way, being in my 20s, that there was an actual problem. So I probably just pulled a muscle. She told me to go and get some Tiger Balm patches, basically like icy hot patches, and go home and hopefully, that'll help. Well, a couple weeks went by and that didn't help. So I had to go back and let them know that I was still struggling with this pain, that I'd never had back pain. I'd never had any kind of pain really. And it was really hard going back to the doctor and feeling like I wasn't being listened to and feeling like they're just giving me the side eye, like I'm looking for medication when I'm not. I'm looking for an answer as to what's going on with me and how do I treat it, because this is more than just a pulled muscle at this point. So a couple of years go by and my insurance changes. So I can actually see a real doctor that's going to actually care about what's going on with me and help me figure it out. So I ended up having a MRI done so I can, really see, and my doctor can really see what's going on. In that MRI, we found out that I have a protruding disc, like a herniated disc type of thing, and it's in my lower back, so that in itself is annoying. Also, that protruding disc is sticking into a nerve pocket. So that's why my pain is constant, but also I do have flare ups where it can be really intense if that disc is messed with, if I'm doing too much of anything, sitting, standing, walking, running, anything. Too much really overexerts that disc. Not only is that disc sticking into a nerve pocket, but I also have degenerative disc disease. And on top of that, I've also got arthritis in that general area. So it made me very frustrated to see that I had been going through all this pain for so many years. And by this point, I was a little bit used to it. But to know that somebody, a medical doctor, looked me in my eyes and said, you know what, you probably pulled a muscle, and didn't ask for, any testing, didn't ask for an MRI, didn't ask for a CAT scan, nothing was done when I saw the pain management specialist with Kaiser. And I know I've scrolled around TikTok a little bit. I know that Kaiser does not have a good reputation, like I had mentioned, for providing care. Not even a little bit. So I was very glad to finally know what was going on with me. I don't look like I have chronic pain. And that's one of those things about chronic pain, is that people suffering with it, from it, they don't look like they have anything wrong. It's kind of like, mental illness, anxiety, panic attacks. You don't see it on someone's face. Someone's not in a wheelchair because they have anxiety or panic attacks or depression. You don't physically see something wrong. So you just assume that everything is okay, when in fact that's not the case. I personally also deal with anxiety and panic attacks, but I'll cover that in another video. I just wanted to kind of talk about how important it is to be just sensitive to those in your life that are dealing with chronic pain, because it's so much harder knowing that you can't see it, that physically everybody's going to kind of assume that you're okay because you look like you're okay. You, like I was told, you're too young. There's nothing going on because it's not possible. You're too young to have back problems. That obviously was not the case. I really struggled with the fact that that was told to me, and also, had I just gone with that and not looked deeper into my own health over the years, what if I just said, yeah, I pulled a muscle a couple years ago and I'm still really hurting and sometimes I can't even walk? I'm glad that my intuition told me that there was something else going on and to really look into it. And I feel like everybody is their own biggest health advocate. Only you know your symptoms. Only you are feeling your symptoms every day. So when it comes to your own health, you really have to push to get the answers that you need. You need to look out for your own health because it is yours. Whether or not you have kids, that does affect them, or not if you don't have any kids, but it does affect you as you get older. My condition is only going to get worse. And that is something that I have kind of struggled with over the years, because even now in my 30s, my life looks very different than other 32-year-olds that are out, living their best life. They're um, out there hiking, they're out doing these activities, and I see this on Instagram and I'm like, wow, if I were to do that kind of stuff, skiing, snowboarding, and have an accident, I would be probably done. I need to be very careful. And so, in that, I'm overly careful because I do have two kids that depend on me. And I don't want to put them in a situation where they need to worry about mom and mom's health. Just dealing with chronic pain is really, it can be a headache sometimes, really, because you have good days and you have bad days, just like with anything. With anxiety and depression, you have good days and then you have not so good days. My good days are really wonderful because I'm able to get so much done. I'm able to spend the time with the kids that I want to. But little things can really overexert my pain. One instance was they were playing in a little box. Um, I think it must have been like a big diaper box I got from Costco. They were playing like it was a rocket, you know. And I went ahead and I put on the TV like this galaxy star looking uh, background, and we had the my daughter's nightlight that's also a galaxy kind of thing, and we turned off all the lights, and the room looked so beautiful, like it was full of stars, and it was so cute for them. They loved it, and I was pushing them around in the little box saying like, you know, are you ready for hyperspeed, kind of a thing. And we were just having a really neat time. It was just cute, and it's one of my best memories, if I'm being honest. Well, after that day, it took me about 2 days, probably three, to be back to normal. I was in excruciating pain after that. And that broke my heart because I thought, you know, just this one activity, like I couldn't do just this one fun thing with them for 20 minutes and it took me out for 3 days. It was heartbreaking. So I am putting this out there because I know that there are so many people that struggle with chronic pain like me that are not in their 80s and 90s. There are more and more younger people that are dealing with the dark cloud that is chronic pain. And I want you to know that my channel, my comment section, is a safe space for you to tell me your story. I read every single comment, I see every single like. I'm always looking to see, you know, how my channel is growing. And I'm always amazed that it is growing because it's a really neat feeling to know that there are people that are watching. And even though today I didn't shower yet. I didn't do any makeup. I never do for my videos because they're just me talking, right? Um, I'm just a mess, but I'm talking about real life things that really do affect people, and myself included. I want to open the conversation about it, and I think it's an important conversation to have more and more, and sharing my story and letting my subscribers know that this is a safe space to talk about sometimes some really hard things, is the most valuable thing to me. Enjoying this extra video because I didn't deliver last week. I feel like I need to do a little bit extra work for you guys. So thank you so much for coming, of course, to hang out with me and talk about something that affects a lot of people. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Every single one of these subscribers that I have, I'm so grateful to have. It's still unreal to me that there are 50 people out there that are watching my channel, that my channels get, you know, 9 views. It seems like something that's really little and not important, but to me, it's the entire world. And I just thank you for kind of giving me a little bit of time throughout your day and just really supporting by watching. So thank you guys, and I will see you Wednesday. Have a wonderful weekend. Sending you guys all my love, and I will see you soon.